Hello friends, having discussed about the basics of network layer, control plane, data plane and best effort service model of the network layer. Now in this part, we will explore the details of virtual circuit and datagram network from network layer perspective. As we know, as discussed in the earlier video, that the transport layer can offer applications, a connectionless services or the connection oriented services between the two processes. Internet's transport layer provides each application a choice between two services, that is UDP, which is connectionless, and TCP, that is connection oriented. In a similar manner, Internet network layer can provide connectionless service or a connection oriented service between the two hosts. Network layer connection and connectionless services in many ways are parallel with that of transport layer connection oriented and connectionless services. For example, a network layer connection service begins with handshaking between the source and the destination host. And a network layer connectionless service does not have any handshaking preliminaries as that of UDP. As shown here, in case of connection-oriented services, network begins by sending a request, that is initiate a call. Call is acknowledged and integrated by the accepting that the call. Once the host which is initiating the call receives an acknowledgement, that means the call is connected. Once the call is connected, then data flow begins. This is a sort of services that is we can treat it as a handshaking mode as that of TCP. But in case of connectionless services offered by the network layer, there is no any handshaking mechanism that is equivalent to your UDP services. Crucial difference between the transport layer and network layer connection oriented and connectionless services typically involves in the network layer. These services are host to host services provided by the network layer for the transport layer. In the transport layer, these services are process to process services provided by the transport layer for the application layer. In all major computer network architecture, that is internet, ATM, frame relays, and so on, the network layer provides either a host to host connectionless service or a host to host connection oriented service, but not both simultaneously. Computer network that provides only a connection service at the network layer are called as virtual circuit. Computer network that provides only a connectionless service at the network layer are termed as datagram network. That is, virtual circuit in network layer is equivalent to TCP in transport layer, and the datagram network in network layer is equivalent to UDP in transport layer. Though internet is a datagram network, many alternative network architecture, including those of ATM and frame relays, are virtual circuit networks and therefore use connections at the network layer. These network layer connections are called virtual circuit, typically consist of a path, that is a series of link and routers as indicated. This is a series of link and routers. In this case, the three routers and the path connecting these three routers is nothing but our path between the source and the destination host. A VC number, one number for each link along the path. Each and every link along the path is having a VC number. And third entity is entries in the forwarding table in each router along the path. Here, each router along the path is maintaining the forwarding table, and each forwarding table consists of the appropriate entry of the VC. A packet belonging to a virtual circuit will carry a VC number in its header. Because a virtual circuit may have different VC numbers on each link, that is, each link is having unique VC number, each intervening router must replace the VC number of each traversing packet with a new VC number. The new VC number is obtained from the forwarding table. Here each router is maintaining the record of VC numbers. That record is in the form of forwarding table, which will be useful for forwarding the packets from one router to next. We will see the mechanism next in detail. In a VC network, that is virtual circuit, the network's router must contain a connection state information for an ongoing connection. That is, each and every router along the path must maintain the connection state information. Specifically, each time a new connection is established across a router, new connection entry must be added to the router's forwarding table. And each time a connection is released, an entry must be removed from the table. That is, the forwarding table is updated as and when connection is established or connection is released. There are three identifiable phases in a virtual circuit. Those are typically a VC setup, a data transfer, and a VC tear down process. These are the three different phases which are the part of VC setup, that is virtual circuit. In VC setup, during the setup phase, the sending transport layer contacts the network layer. Here the transport layer from the sender will contact the network layer, specifies the receiver's address, and wait for the network layer to set up the VC connection. Here the sender side transport layer contact with network layer, mentioning or specifying the address of the destination, and then wait for the network layer to establish the VC setup. The network layer determines the path between the sender and receiver. With reference to the address received from the transport layer for the destination, the network layer established the path between the sender and the receiver. That is the series of link and router through which all packets of the VC will travel. The network layer also determines the VC number for each link along the path. Finally, the network layer adds an entry in the forwarding table in each router along the path. Once the network layer receives the address from the transport layer, that is the address of the destination, the duty of network layer is to establish a path between the source and the destination. It will identify all the paths along the selected path, and each network layer will then mark each path with the VC number, and it is a duty of network layer to update the database, that is forwarding table stored at each router. Finally, that during VC setup, network layer may also reserve the resources, for example, the bandwidth along the path of the VC. The next phase in VC is the actual data transfer. As shown, once the path is established, then actual transmission of data may begin along the selected path. And the third phase is VC tear down. This is initiated when the sender or a receiver informs the network layer to its desire to terminate the VC connections. Once the either sender or receiver inform the network layer that both the parties or any one of the parties is interested in tear down the services or close down the services, either the sender or receiver will initiate the tear down process. Here the network layer will then typically inform the end system on the other hand, it may be either sender or receiver, it depends, of the network layer of the call termination and update the forwarding table in each of the packet routers on the path to indicate the VC is no longer exists. Upon receiving the termination request from either the sender or the receiver, the network layer will take appropriate action and it will update the details of forwarding table and simply releases all the resources reserved for the earlier path. There is a subtle difference or important distinction between the VC setup at the network layer and the connection setup at the transport layer. That is in case of TCP three-way handshake, which we already covered. Connection setup at the transport layer involves only two end systems. During transport layer connection setup, the two end systems alone determine the parameters like initial sequence number or flow control window size and all other parameters which are essential for the TCP connection. Although the two end systems are aware of the transport layer connection, the routers within the network layer are completely oblivious about it. Means in case of TCP, router does not have any state information about the TCP connection. On the other hand, with a VC network layer connection, routers along the path between the two end systems are actively involved in VC setup, and each router is fully aware of all the VC passing through it. This is a basic difference between the state information maintained in case of TCP connection as well as in case of VC connection. Datagram network is the UDP version of connectionless service in case of network layer. That is, as in case of TCP, UDP is connectionless. Datagram network in network layer is connectionless service. In datagram network, each time an end system wants to send a packet, it stamps the packet with the address of destination end system and then push the packet into the network. Unlike virtual circuit, there is no virtual circuit setup and routers do not maintain any virtual circuit state information. As a packet is transmitted from source to destination, as shown here, it passes through the series of routers. Here, as the packet has been pushed by the network layer at source, these packets are simply pushed into the network. Each of these routers uses the packet's destination address to forward the packet. And at each router, looking at the destination address which was stamped on each packet, the router will forward the packet accordingly. Specifically, each router has a forwarding table that maps the destination address to the link interface. When a packet arrives at the router uses packet's destination address to look up the appropriate output link interface in the forwarding table. That is, on receipt of the packet with the destination address, that address is looked up inside the forwarding table which is available at each router, and then the router will decide at which output interface that packet should be diverted. Accordingly, router then forwards the packet to the output link interface. Here, router index through the forwarding table entries maintained by the routing algorithm to find the match for destination address, and packet is then appropriately routed to the output link interface. We will see in detail the address matching mechanism in our next video, how the address which was stamped on each packet is looked up through the index through the lookup table, and it is then matched with the appropriate output interface. That address matching mechanism we will discuss next. Although the routers in a datagram network maintain no connection state information as such, they nevertheless maintain forwarding state information in their forwarding table. However, time scale at which this forwarding state information changes is relatively slow. Indeed, in a network layer, the forwarding tables are modified by routing algorithms, which typically updates the forwarding table every 1 to 5 minutes and so. In a virtual circuit network, the forwarding table in a router is modified whenever a new connection is set up through the router, or whenever an existing connection through the router is torn down. Here we will summarize the difference between the virtual circuit and datagram network. As far as path is concerned, virtual circuit are the connection oriented. Resources like buffers, bandwidth, etc. are explicitly reserved for the newly set up virtual circuit for the entire duration of session. In case of datagram network, it is a connection-less service, and there is no need for any reservation of the resources, as there is no dedicated path for the connection session. In case of virtual circuit, as there is same path followed by all the data packets, a common and same header is being used by all the packet. In case of datagram, different headers with information of other data packet is being used in datagram network. Virtual circuit is less complex as compared to that of datagram network. However, on the other hand, datagram networks are more complex as compared to its counterpart, virtual circuit. As far as reliability is concerned, due to fixed path and assurance of fixed resources, virtual circuits are more reliable for data transmission as compared to datagram services. In datagram network, on the other hand, due to the dynamic resource allocation and follow the dynamic path, it is more prone to error and is less reliable than that of virtual circuit. Virtual circuits are costlier in installation and for maintenance, and are widely used by ATM network, which is used for telephone calls. Datagram networks are cheaper as compared to the virtual circuit counterpart and are mainly used by IP network, that is Internet Protocol networks, which is used for data services like Internet. In this video, we have seen the two basic services provided by network layer, that is virtual circuit or datagram network. We will also explore the differences between the virtual circuit and datagram network. In the next, we will see how this lookup mechanism actually happens. Thank you very much.